I'm going to start off with a few leaves and fern for behind my flowers. So first I'm just going to demonstrate a simple leaf. The size of the leaf will depend on the size of the brush that you use. So I'm going to load my flat brush, put a little bit of highlight at one corner, just so I have two variations in my leaf. So I'll do it here first. So I'm just going to touch my canvas, push in the direction I want my leaf, push hard. The harder you push, the wider your leaf will be, the softer your bristles, the longer your bristles, it all depends. But that's basically how we do it. This one I'm going to curl into my basket. And I'll curl one in here too. And if you don't like it, how it looks, just go over it. So now for the fern, use the same brush, load it nice and flat. A little bit of highlight. I want this to go over the back part of the handle. It's in the basket. It'll come up and go right over that back part. This piece will bring up and stop, start again. Be behind the handle. And we're going to have flowers here, so I'll cover a lot of this. I just want a few things behind the flowers, and we'll put some more of these on after we know where our flowers are going. The lighter you push, the lighter and thinner your fern will be. Bring a little bit over. And maybe a piece here. Oops. Okay, so now with this nice little round brush, size 8, little round detail brush, I'm going to do the center in brown for my Harpist Sunflowers. These are smaller sunflowers with longer petals. So let's have one facing out this way, right here. So if it's facing that way, the center will appear oval instead of round. and one straight on. We'll have right here. Will be really nice and round center. Now I'm just going to mix a tiny bit of green and brown together just to darken the center. And I'm dabbing it to put it on thick. Now I'll clean my brush and dry it. And go into this straight brown. And this is all we're going to do to the centers for now. Once we get our petals on, we'll highlight and fix them up a little bit again. So with the 3/4 inch flat brush, I'm going to load up a lot of paint. But I don't want like a gob of paint. I want it nice and flat. Go over the back of the basket. So I'll go a little ways from my center, and don't worry about messing the center up, we'll fix it up. Go right over the fern we have behind. Straight out from your canvas, push it and bring it in towards your flower. And you can go over it if you need to, and just go around your flower. Load your brush when you need to. Don't worry if you can see through them, we're going to put some more on top. I want these fairly long. So you start about where you'd want them to go to. You will be able to see through it until we get a few layers on, but that's okay. So now I'm going to move on to this one, facing this way. So I'm going to curl my top and bottom one in the direction that it's facing. So I want it to face kind of this way. So I don't want too much of a curl, a bit of a curl. And then I'm just going to fill this one in, bring it into the center. And these ones I'm going to curl, straighten out, make them a little bit short. And that'll be behind there, so back here I want one to look like it's facing that way. We'll have some other things in front of it, but I'm just gonna fill the back of one in. That one's gonna be in the distance, like I say. I'm gonna go into some light yellow, lemon yellow. And I'm gonna bring another layer of petals. Right over top of some of them. okay if they got some texture. Leave some of your back ones showing. Try to go between some of them. And if your brush gets gucked up, wipe it off. A little bit on this one because it's the back of one. Okay, so we're going to just let that dry a little and we'll add a few more. I'm just going to take a small flat brush there, like a 1/2 inch, and do the same sort of stroke as I did for the leaves. I just want to put a bit of a back on this one right here. We're going to have some flowers over that, so I just want these stems to be in there in case they that one wouldn't show. That's why we want it a little bit behind there because it's harder to put in now. Put a little yellow in there. These little leaves. Okay, so I'm going to wipe this spot off because I'm going to put a mum there, and I don't want to have this behind. And one maybe here, so there's nothing really there. One up here. For my mums, I'm going to use filbert brushes. I have size 4 and size 8 here. So I'm going to start off with my bigger filbert and I have light crimson, dark crimson, and some orange on my palette. So I want to decide where I want them. So like I said, I want one here. I'm going to put a crimson one. And I'm going to put this over the handle so that it's coming out this way and overlapping on here. So we'll start off with the outer, and I'm just going to put where I want it to go. I'll have this one also kind of facing out this way. So now I'm going to put some dark crimson in the center. And then wipe it off. I have a little white on my palette here. Mostly light crimson. And I want to put a little curl in my stroke, so straight out with my filbert brush. I want this to be closed around the center. And then gradually, this is going to, so little strokes that look like they're curled. You can go back and forth with your crimson and white. Finish off with a few curl in. Okay, there's a little red one. I'm going to leave my filbert brush. And I'm going to do an orange one up here. A couple little orange ones, I think, facing up. So this one's going to be facing up, so we won't be seeing the center. So first of all, I want straight orange. Maybe a little dab of white on the tip. And I'm going to do one this way. Now I'm going to dip into the dark crimson and put a few little dark ones. And then we'll have a stem coming down. That same color right here, I'm going to have a little bud, so it'll be closed. So with this stroke, I'm going to touch and curl in like apostrophes or quotation marks. I'm going to get a little bit of white and straight orange. Now I'm going to clean my little filbert brush. And I'm going to make a crimson bud hanging down here and up here. So we'll go into the dark crimson and the light. And I guess it would be maybe one. Make this one a little bit open.